Sweet promises given to all who believe.
Welcome to Bible Talk class. We have a special segment on fasting and prayer. There are many questions that revolve around this topic. And so today we want to briefly look at fasting and prayer and answer those questions that you may have. Before we do that, we would like to implore you to subscribe to this channel if you are yet to be a member. And it's free of charge. Just click the red button and you receive new videos from us. And also like this channel, and you can go through the videos that we have made, and the ones that you love you can watch and share. We'll be very happy that you do that for us, so that we continue to grow this community of Bible Talk class. Thank you very much. We know you'll be a blessing as you share, and be blessed as you listen and you watch. Let's begin our presentation today. Prayer is often connected with fasting in Scripture. Sometimes these are occasions of intense supplication before God, as was in the case of Nehemiah. Intense prayer, just like we did for showing emotions in prayer. When you want to really show how you feel and how important an item is to you, you can resort to fasting. And that's what we are looking at here. Let's look at the meaning of fasting from a biblical perspective. The Hebrew word tzon, translated as to fast, denotes abstinence from food and possibly from drink, with the primary occasion being mourning for the dead or worship. Now, the same meaning is with the Greek nesteia, meaning to fast, abstain from food and possibly from drink. Now, what is important here is that when fasting was attained in the Old Testament, people actually abstain from almost everything. In fact, they did not go to work. Fasting requires that you stay indoors and concentrate on whatever that you are doing. If you are mourning the dead, you don't go to work. If you are worshiping God, surrendering yourself to God, you don't go to work. And so it involves an intense denial of self and anything that improves life. And that's what fasting means in the Bible, the word. Now, fasting means intentional denial of things that refresh and strengthen and give self-value and self-assertiveness, such as sumptuous foods, body cosmetics. And so I want you to read these passages for yourself to appreciate the point we are making here. Denounce of food and body cosmetics, put on sackcloth, and you really mourn, you really cry over whatever item that you are crying over, whatever has actually affected your heart so much that you really want to work on or petition God about. Jesus states that anyone who fasts must look fresh. And the point here Jesus is making is that you should not let anyone know that you are fasting. That's what he means by looking fresh. And it means that don't be a hypocritical person when you are fasting. Let people know that you are fasting. That's not what fasting is about. Fasting is about a private matter or a national matter, depending on what you are doing. Fasting usually focuses on one item of either personal or national interest. This point should be underlined. Fasting usually focuses on one item of either personal or national interest, just like all-night prayer. Throughout Scripture, anytime people engage in fasting, they had just one item. Just one item. But you use the word usually here because we want to open up. But one item, it means that thing is threatening your life, and that you should pay attention to that thing alone, not praying about many things. You should focus only on one item. That's what you see from Scripture, even though nobody has said in Scripture that you should pray over one item. But the pattern we find in Scripture suggests that it should be about one item. We need to pause here and say that we cannot celebrate the Lord's Supper and fast at the same time. They are two different events. Again, fasting should have a clear agenda, like we have said, an item that threatens your life. That's very important. Very important. Now, we may break the fast with the Lord's Supper as a church when the agenda is unity. We want unity in the church. That's the only thing we are praying about. Forgiveness. We seek forgiveness from God. Or mission and the like. So the item has to be very clear. Sickness, whatever the item is, it must be something that is very important, that you don't have to gloss over and as if it's one of the items. So that's the point we want to stress here. Fasting does the following. What is the use of fasting? It increases our sense of humility and dependence on the Lord. Our hunger and physical weakness continually remind us how we are not really strong in ourselves but need the Lord. It allows us to give more attention to prayer, for we are not spending time on eating. It is a continual reminder that just as we sacrifice some personal comfort to the Lord by not eating, so we must continue to sacrifice ourselves to Him. It is a good exercise in self-discipline, for as we refrain from eating, which we would ordinarily desire, it also strengthens our ability to refrain from sin, to which we might otherwise be tempted to yield. It heightens spiritual and mental alertness and a sense of God's presence as we focus less on the material things of this world, such as food, clothing, makeups, and as the energies of our body are free from digesting and processing food. These are the benefits of fasting. Though not a commandment, Jesus expects us to fast because the devil is not sleeping. One will ask, is fasting a commandment? It is not. But Jesus says, Matthew chapter 6 verse 16, when you fast. And when he says when you fast, it simply means that a time will come that you need to fast. When he is taken, the disciples will fast, according to Matthew chapter 9 verse 15. The Pharisees asked, why is it your disciples are not fasting? He said, they are now with me. There's no need for them to fast. But when I'm taking, there will be a need. So fasting is a necessity because we are in this sinful world. It means we will be fasting. That's the point. So thank you very much. I hope you have appreciated what fasting is about, the relevance in our Christian journey. If you love this presentation, please share. If you have any comment, leave a comment here and we will respond. And share this message with the world, your friend, your church, and your family. And like this page so we know that you love what we are doing. And subscribe. If you are yet to be a member of Bible Talk Class, let's grow this community together as we wait for the soon coming of Jesus. God bless you. See you again.
Sweet promises given to all who believe. Behold, I come quickly, mine own to receive. Hold fast till I come, the danger is great. Sleep not as do others, be watchful and